Okay guys, this is I'm up in Rockhampton this weekend, and I'll eventually be moving here. For those of me mates in America and Canada, New Zealand, wherever else around the world you might be, for my subscribers and mainly guys from the knifing community and stuff like that, but also the freedom warriors that I've met along the way in Brisbane and Canberra. I'm moving to Rocky, so just doing a little video of Rockhampton, the place where where I am moving to and why I'm moving here. This is the Fitzroy River. I'm at a park. I'm in the suburb of Depot Hill at the moment, which is like one of the cheap areas that flood. So we're right on the river here. Rockhampton has a river like Brisbane that separates the two halves of the city. So this is kind of about as far south as the crocodiles sort of come when it comes to inhabited towns, cities, I suppose. Surely they'd go a little bit further south into some of the creeks and river systems down there, but when it comes to a city or a major town, this is about as far south as they go. You don't get a lot of crocs here, but you do get some. So last year there was 2 4+ metre crocs spotted at the golf course, and I believe like a year and a half, or within 2 years anyway, there was over a 5 metre long croc that was shot in the river by a unanimous or an anonymous person, and they just left it. But yeah, Depot Hill, sort of the cheaper end of town. As you'll see, some of these old workers' cottages and stuff, they're pretty cool. I'd like one. There's a house for sale just over there actually. But this place floods. The water goes about as deep as where you'll see the tops of the steps over there. When you drive around, you can see where all the electricity boards and the air cons and stuff sit on the walls. Obviously that's above the high water mark. This is just a public toilet here. This is like boat ramp facilities for parking. Obviously there's a ute with a trailer on the back. I'm going to go down the boat ramp. The missus is down there on the little jetty, and there's someone fishing for cast netting for prawns or bait fish. So we'll mosey on down here. I'll get back. Okay, before I get down to the boat ramp, I just wanted to show you, this is what I actually love about Rockhampton and why I'm coming here. One of the main reasons is look at these streets and look at these houses and look at the lack of people everywhere, okay? And if you just look around, four-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, our little four-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, down that street, four-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. You know, there's not millions and millions of people everywhere. There's almost no traffic. And look at these cool they're old school shit houses, but that's what I love. Rockhampton reminds me of Brisbane when I was a child, 40 odd years ago, growing up in Brizzy. Big wide streets. You know, there's not traffic lights everywhere. They actually rely on human beings to be able to drive your car and navigate with common sense. And people say g'day to each other. You know, so yep, it's definitely hotter than Brisbane, and Brisbane starts to get a little bit warm for the people overseas who don't know us. Rocky's definitely a step warmer and hotter. It's a bit humid today. We have a cyclone sitting off the coast. Doesn't look like it's going to head into town. But yeah, anyway, let's make our way over here. A couple of guys about to put their boat in. I just want to show you the crocodile sign before we go down to the jetty. So this is the boat ramp. We've got a king tide at the moment, so there's a lot of debris and shit that's been washed up. And here we go. I might turn the camera this way. Achtung! Crocodiles inhabit this area. Attacks may cause injury or death. Keep away from the water's edge and do not enter the water. Take extreme care when launching and retrieving boats. Do not clean fish or leave fish waste near the water's edge. Camp well away from the water. So that's another thing that I'll just keep the camera this way now. That's another thing I like about living up here, is there's that extra element of danger. Yep, you're going to get the snakes, the spiders and everything else that you get from Australia. Report tagged fish. But you also get the added bonus of cyclones and crocodiles. Just makes life a little bit more interesting, where you can be hunted just for going for a walk. So yeah, wow, a lot of shit's washed up. So that's heading towards the coast. And in the distance right down the end there, that's where there's two bridges that cross town, or car bridges, and then there's a train bridge a little bit further along as well. Okay, so I dare say a few of these boats are moored up just because of the weather conditions this weekend, the cyclone off the coast and the king tide. The tide's actually come down a bit. It was right up a couple of hours ago. It'll be interesting to see these guys put their boat in. They're just going to drive over all the crap, I imagine. There's the missus down the end with a couple of local lads. Okay guys, catches.